These airports have made traveling easier, faster, better. That is, if you don't get lost in them. Choosing the right airport to get to your destination is important, as it can turn your dream vacation into a nightmare. Today, there are thousands of airports around the world, but in this video, we're going to show you the ones that have taken it to the next level. Here are our top 10 airports in the world. Before we begin, if you wish to remain up to date on the best travel content on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to the channel and to click on the bell to get notified every time a new video comes out. Without any further ado, here are the top 10 airports in the world. Number 10. Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport. We'll start our list with Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport, or CDG, which isn't technically actually in Paris. It's about 30 kilometers outside of the city center. Also known as the Roissy Airport, the airport recently became the largest airport in France and is the second busiest airport in Europe. Around 70 million people fly from this airport every year, which makes sense as it is the 10th busiest airport on the planet. It is set upon 3,260 acres of land and is full of opulent architecture, as is customary in France. The first terminal was designed by architect Paul Andrew. It comprises 10 stories and has 7 satellite premises. The airport was first intended to be named Paris North Airport, but was later named after the leader of the Free France campaign against the Nazi government, Charles de Gaulle. It was the set of Beautiful Day by U2 released in 2000, as well as being featured in movies such as Rush Hour 3 and Private Benjamin. Number 9. Shanghai Pudong International Airport. Shanghai Pudong International Airport, or PVG, was completed in 1999 and was also designed by Paul Andrew. The airport is host to over 5 dozen restaurants, with many open 24/7. If you have a particularly long layover, there is also a spa inside the terminal. Around 60% of the Shanghai population uses this airport to fly from. It links to 60 domiciliary locations and 70 different international destinations, with a choice of 50 different airlines. It's only 40 kilometers away from its rival, Shanghai Hongqi International Airport, and is set upon 40 kilometers of land. Passengers can now hop on the newly opened maglev train, which has speeds of up to 431 kilometers per hour, which means you can get from the city center to the airport in about 8 minutes. It was announced in July last year that the airport would undergo the 4th phase of an expansion to improve its quality of service, and we're very much looking forward to seeing how this amazing airport can be made even better. Number 8. Hong Kong International Airport. Hong Kong International Airport is known as being one of the biggest cargo airports in the world, with an estimated 4.5 million tons being passed through each year. It is hard to comprehend this, really, isn't it, when we think that a space shuttle weighs only 2 million tons. Before the airport opened in 1998, Hong Kong was serviced by the 73-year-old Kai Tak Airport, and so the new airport definitely played a part in the giant growth we now see in the region's business hub. The airport plays host to over 74.5 million passengers annually. With so much activity at the airport, through passengers and cargo, it is no wonder that the airport has won at least 70 Best Airport Awards and was named Best Airport of the Year in 2018. The airport itself has links with over 100 different airlines, which collectively fly to over 180 cities around the world. If you have a long layover here, you can catch a movie in the cinema, go indoor golfing, to the spa, or even play on the flight simulators. Number 7. London Heathrow Airport. Next up is London Heathrow Airport, or LHR. It is located just outside of central London in Longford. It has earned its reputation as being the most visited airport in the United Kingdom, and even has its own television series that is broadcasted globally. The airport first opened in 1946 and has gone through a tremendous amount of renovations through the years, with a new runway also on the cards. It is 12.14 square kilometers and has 6 different terminals and an internal train system to transfer passengers between the terminals due to the sheer size of the airport. The airport links with 180 different international locations, with most of the passengers usually making trips to New York, Dublin, Paris, Amsterdam, and Frankfurt. The Queen herself even has her own complex on site, which plays host to her family as well as other celebrities over the years. Number 6. O'Hare International Airport. O'Hare International Airport has many names: Chicago International Airport, Chicago O'Hare, or simply O'Hare. O'Hare has the busiest airport in the world by number of takeoff and landings in 2014, and was actually the busiest airport based on passenger numbers until 1998. It was originally built in 1942 as a manufacturing plant for the Douglas C-54s during World War II, and was renamed in 1949 after Edward O'Hare, who was the first US Navy's Medal of Honor recipient. The airport itself welcomes 83.245 million people each year, has a giant soft-play airplane inside the terminal, as well as the famous Chicago Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. Number 5. Tokyo International Airport. Tokyo Haneda Airport really does have it all. You can dine at the Planetarium Dome, make use of the Pet Hotel, visit the Toto Toilet Gallery, check out the sleep pods, shower, or even walk down the streets of Seoul inside the terminal. It actually looks like a town inside. Sick of being delayed or having your flight cancelled? Then we recommend flying from this airport. It is known for being one of the most punctual airports on the planet. It has won the title for the last 4 years in a row, in fact. The airport deals with over 17,000 bags every day, with an aim to deliver bags from the plane to the passenger in just 10 minutes. With 31.2 million people passing through the airport each year, this is pretty impressive if we do say so ourselves. Number 4. Los Angeles International Airport. LAX, as it is more commonly known, is actually not just an airport, it is an art gallery, having transformed some of its public spaces into art spaces. The airport itself is humongous, with the newly opened Tom Brady International Terminal itself having over 70 different dining and retail outlets to choose from. It is the 5th busiest airport in the world, and the 2nd busiest in the United States, offering 692 flights daily to 85 domestic cities and 928 weekly non-stop flights to 67 cities in 34 countries on 59 passenger carriers. Wow. Recently, the airport started a new scheme called Pets Unstressing Passengers Program, or PUP, to provide stress relief and comfort for LAX passengers. Number 3. Beijing Daxing Airport. Beijing Daxing International Airport is also known as Beijing New Airport and is the biggest airport in the world. The airport's design makes it look like a giant UFO or a fidget spinner, but in reality, it has earned the nickname the Starfish. It is expected to handle up to 100 million passengers per year. It currently has 4 runways, but there are already plans to expand this to 7 in the near future, and it only opened for operations in September 2019. It is said that the Chinese government paid approximately $17.47 billion for the airport to be built, and was built on the basis of simplifying passenger procedures, which includes high-speed and intercity trains, metro and public buses that will also connect the new airport to Beijing City in a fast and efficient way. Number 2. Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport is known as one of the busiest airports in the world and has been for the past 20 years, yet it is nowhere to be seen in the largest airport list, and they handle over 107 million passengers per year, which averages out at just under 300,000 passengers per day. On average, there are over 2,700 arrivals and departures daily, as Atlanta is within a 2-hour flight of 80% of the United States population. The airport itself was built on an abandoned racetrack, the Atlanta Speedway, purchased by the founder of Coca-Cola. The airport is Georgia's biggest employer, with more than 60,000 people working there. The airport has a 1,000 square foot dog park just before security, and it is also actually built on top of the beginnings of the Flint River. Number 1. Dubai International Airport. Finally, as you probably have guessed, Dubai International Airport has yet again regained its title as the world's busiest airport for international travelers, with around 29 million international passengers shuttling through the global gateway in the last year alone. The airport itself is over 60 years old and is as big as 297 football fields combined. There is an entire concourse just for Emirates' prized A380 planes, which alone handled 22.9 million pieces of luggage in its first year. It has a huge garden inside Terminal 3 called the Zen Garden, with a fish pond where you can sit back, relax, and wait for your flight. Dubai Duty Free has become a brand by itself, with an annual turnover of over $976 million in sales just in 2021 alone. It currently holds the title of the single largest airport retailer in the world in terms of turnover. That concludes our list of the top airports in the world. Do you think there are any we should have included? Let us know in the comments below and why you think it is worth a mention. Please do not forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you always know when a new video comes out. As always, safe travels.